Good morning, everybody. I hope that you've been staying warm this weekend with our first winter storm of the year, and I hope that you've enjoyed time with your friends and family in your neighborhood, playing, sledding, and all those good things. Truth is, if you're like me and my family, or better said, my family and I, we're probably getting a little tired of each other, a little stir crazy. And a lot of you are probably saying, man, this would have been a great day to have church because we need to get out of the house. And the truth is, we probably could have, pushed through and pushed the limits and had church, but we wouldn't have been true to ourselves. We really want to make sure that we put you in the safest environment. And trust me, not all of our people live within 5 minutes of the church, so we know it's a little treacherous. We could all come into church and pat ourselves on the back today and say, oh, we came when everybody else didn't. But I don't know that that's the best reach that we'd have had today, and it definitely wouldn't have been the safest thing for us. So sometimes, the easy decision is to say we're having church. The hard one is the one we come to and we say we're not. But it also gives us an opportunity to understand that worship is something that doesn't take place just in the four walls of our church, but it's also something that takes place in our homes. And that's really where it should begin. So that's what we want you to do, is take the time to worship with your family. We've put together a small little video. It's about 7 minutes. Probably takes about 10 minutes of your time to sit down and talk to your family or personal devotion for yourself to really reflect. We took some pieces of last week's sermon about our hearts and about greed and kind of an example that I set up in there about maybe we do have a lot more to be worried about in our own hearts about greed than others. And so I hope you're take the time to watch over this, discuss it with yourself personally in your heart, or discuss it with your family, especially if you have kids at home. This is a good opportunity to talk to them about giving to others and about greed. But if you like this, you can go and watch the whole sermon. You can get caught up this week. Prepare our hearts as we start thinking about what it looks like to be good stewards of what God's given us. And I hope that you have a great day. I hope that you stay warm. Can't wait to see you all next Sunday. It's our 5th Sunday, so we're excited about that for January. And we hope to see you there. I hope you stay warm today. Have fun. And go Panthers. Can't believe I just said that. All right, have a great day.
Blinds us to the needs of others. You see, greed places money, all right, over man and possessions over people. Because here it is. I'm not willing to part with what I have because I need every bit of what I have. Greed blinds us not only to its presence in our own lives, but to the needs of others. Because I say I can help them as soon as I get my stuff straightened out. Right? I can do this. Let me tell you. And this is the truth. We did street ministry this past week, and people will say we talk about that and like, man, everybody can't make the street ministry, but you see people on the street, all right? So you can grab this. And we were like, hey, we're going to do a little quick impromptu coat drive. We'll probably do a bigger one coming up. But I was like, just put it out there. And I just dropped, a little Bible verse where Jesus said, if a man has 2 coats, actually John the Baptist said it, if a man has 2 coats, he gives one away. And I started, I said that. I said, hey, we're doing a coat drive. If you got 2 coats and you can give one away because somebody doesn't have any, right? And I was like, yeah, that's good. And I went to my closet and I was looking and I was like, well, last time we did this time last year, I cleaned out my closet and gave all the coats that I didn't have or wear, and said, here they are, take these. And I was like, well, I'm going to do my toboggans and stuff, right? So I dumped out all my beanies out there on the bed and I'm looking at them and I'm like, man, that's a Carhartt. That's pretty nice. I put it on, like, that's soft. I forgot how soft that one was. And I was like, but how long has it been since I set it in the keep pile, right? The little small scratchy ones, they all went to and I started looking at that and I was like, dude, how can you do this? Didn't you just say if you got 2 coats, give away 1? And I was like, but that's a hat. and God said, you ain't got but 1 noggin. And he was right. And I put it in there in the pile, and I started thinking about that. But that's the way it is, that greed, I need to keep this. Why? Because I may wear it, right? I may do this again. I can do something with this. It blinds us to their need. It puts the money over man and that possession over people. I was talking with a friend about this, and I was like, dude, this is what happened to me. I was really convicted about that. And he said, yeah. He said, if you really wanted to, you can go buy another one. That's true. That's true, right? But I'm not greedy. Man, I'll show you my bank account. I'm giving it away. I'm doing this. I'm always about love and action. I'm trying to do it. I'm not greedy, right? There it was. Bam! Right in front of me. Psh. But we justify that. Yeah, but I've already given away all of my jackets. You want me to give my hat too? Yeah. If you got 2 of them, and he's got none. Right? God wasn't saying, hey, Jay, go give this to a dude because he's trying to complete his collection of gray Carhartt hats. Right? This hat's going to find its way, Jason, to the person that I want it to. Why? Because he looks after the sparrows and the flowers, and he sure as heck going to look after his creation, right, and his people that were created in his image. And guess what? I got to be a part of that. And when you give and we do these things, you get to be a part of that. And you flip a big howdy to greed, right, on your way out when you see this. But you can see how easily it becomes this big thing. Well, I don't have the money. What do you have? What has God given you that you can do with? Greed blinds us to its presence in our lives spiritually. It blinds us to the needs of others by putting money over man, possessions over people. And I want you to understand that how we approach, when we start talking about money, this is essential for us because how we approach money reveals our relationship with God. Chris talked about it. If you're a partner with us on the way out, you can grab it. We're getting our budget ready for this year. And next couple of weeks, you'll get to see where our money went this year, kind of an annual report we'll kind of present to you guys so you can all see this, where our money's going. Because we believe firmly, right, that a budget, when we make it for the church, is a theological statement about the beliefs of this church. And if we say we want to show God's love in our actions, right? It's real easy to go out and kind of, half-heartedly do some stuff and be out here and do this and that. It's really a commitment for me, right? Especially when times the way they are and you got kids and doing this, when you have to commit my money to it. How we approach money reveals our relationship with God. I will tell you this. If you want to see where your walk is and where your faith is, then look at your bank account and see where your money's going. And that's where you're placing your hope. That's where you're placing your strength. Right? And listen, I'm not saying you got to place it here at Tuckasegee at 511, Tuckasegee Road. But you got to be willing to surrender it to God and say, this isn't mine, this is His. How you approach money, how you look at it is going to say the most about you. Your view of money is your view of God. What you think about that, how you see it reflected in other people. Jesus told us, He says, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth but not have a rich relationship with God.
As a bunch of birds fly over my head. That's what we want you to do today, is take that time to seriously, if one of those birds poops on me while I'm videotaping this,